It's the place to be, you're gonna get to know. Restaurants and movies appear, amusement parks and ocean piers, boardwalk built and loved by family. Atlantic City's face, a changing place, time to lead the way. You want to see the old become the new, remember yesterday. Rolling chairs and trolley cars, Ferris wheels and movie stars, boardwalk built and loved by family. Atlantic City, my hometown. Atlantic City, world's playground. Atlantic City star shines near and far, you can see its glow. You get some sand in your shoes, shells in your hand, it's the place to go. Beauty pageants and parades, cotton candy taffies made, boardwalk built and loved by families. Atlantic City, my hometown. Atlantic City, world's playground. Atlantic City, my hometown. Atlantic City, world's playground.
Hello, and welcome back again to the Postcard Show. I'm your host, Joseph Polillo. My co-host, John Polillo. No split screen. He's my identical twin brother. Without him, I wouldn't be able to do the show, frankly. We are the Atlantic City Postcard Show. We flip postcards and tell you about Atlantic City past, present, and future. John, you want to tell the people to move in closer to their set? They're going to see some wonderful cards.
Yeah, you're going to see full color shots. Possibly, we haven't had time to really split them, but they're the 50s and the 60s, actually. And we'll point out some things of how you can date your cards by what building is missing or what pier has been torn down or what land has been cleared. And that's how you actually date them. Like, you would look at a card and say, well, oh, wait a minute, the Deauville's not here, or the parking garage is tore down now, or that pier's not there. That's how you date your cards, to know what's going on.
No problem. So we'll go right to the postcards. We want everybody to move in closer to their television set. Hello. I like that. Picture
like
in
that.
a picture.
Right, Eric, have a
There's
good
Atlantic City. Came into the view. $1 million pier and up. John, that's a glossy from the 50s if I ever saw one.
That's really the 50s. The $1 million pier is intact. Captain Young's home is still on it. And here's the net halls. We're here and here. You can see that's a beautiful coastline shot of the city of Atlantic City. You can see Hotel Row from the Shelburne on up to the Traymore, and you can see everything. That's beautiful. If you notice one thing, there's no land back here. And you'll watch when they finally put that jetty in back here, how the beaches became destroyed around the front.
Closer shot from steeplechase forward. We showed that before in a previous show, but
That's
it's
a beautiful shot.
Steeple forward.
What it shows is that when this jetty went in Brigantine and all the land and sea and air and sand and everything got trapped behind it, that we lost beach. We never gained any more beach from here around. Is exactly what caused the demise of Atlantic City's beachfront. Is that a classic shot?
Further west, moving further west.
Let's do this, some shots. Let's just put them up and let the people.
Yeah. Oh,
A little bit of, yeah, a moment of silence. Because it's all gone. Quiet. Boardwalk and Park Place. Now
Okay.
we have the next card.
That is the beach part of that. I believe this is the...
From, looking east, from the $1 Million Pier.
and that's the boardwalk area of that very same understanding. Is that
Same
correct?
understanding. If you look, just tilt it just a little bit, you can
Now,
almost
as far
see,
as I
see
understood,
the steel pier marine ball.
if I may say something here. There's the boardwalk, rolling chair lanes, right? Should have been kept, right?
Right, there's one here.
Well, isn't this guy, he's not following the rule even from back then, if you remember what it was. It was going west, keep to the right, and going east, keep to the right. Keep to the right used to be a thing that everybody would follow.
Here's the cabanas. This is the shrubbery that they put there, which I always thought was nice to have green on that side of the boardwalk. That was nice.
Move it on down.
Southwest, that's looking west from the $1 Million Pier. You have the Ritz, you have the Ambassador, you have the Deauville or the Chelsea property, you have the Osden, and you have the President. You have the homes and apartments along Lincoln and Roosevelt Beach in the boardwalk, down to the Riviera, which the Warwick isn't even built by the time of this picture, but that's it, right there.
The Warwick isn't even built.
That's right.
Hello, to the beach again. There's Ice Cream Man.
Where's the
Where
ice
is it?
cream man? There he
The
is.
Ice Cream Man, that was definitely an icon of Atlantic City.
Ice cream.
Ice Cream and Ices.
Give you a tongue of sleigh ride. or
Remember that?
something.
That could be anybody local. He's
Any
out there
lo-
peddling.
Any local guy could have been the vendor. Under New York Avenue in the boardwalk, under Lincoln Place in the boardwalk, and I think uptown at St. Charles in the boardwalk, there were buildings that housed the refrigerators that kept the...
Texas Avenue, Lincoln and Roosevelt Place. That was a thriving enterprise for veterans. There's the coastline.
There's a nice beach shot.
No problem. Not much to see there, but the waves. Look at that one wave just curling there at the end. Body surfing was big. We used to do it all the time. No surfboards or anything like that.
That became the standard shot of the saltwater taffy boxes and everything. That's Boardwalk and Park Place. That was the skyline.
No problem.
There it
Same place, right?
A little closer.
A little closer. Here's the boardwalk. We'll just flip them up there. That's Michigan and the boards out in front of the dentist or something, right? Busby,
The Busby Pavilion would be right here.
Little Shelburne action here. There's the classic shot, right? Okay, we'll just flip them up. You check them out. Some of them are early. This is early. Well, the motel's there.
The motel was already put in here. You can see that they took care of it. Welcome to Atlantic City. And they take care of it today, but you can see where the Sands is still the old colony, which was the Brighton before that. This is the Claridge when they were doing their British beef eaters type era.
There's a big, behind the Marlborough House, there's a big, what's
Right
that,
here.
Mercer building or something? I forget. Well,
That was the Mount Royal.
Crillon or something?
Cologne, yeah.
All right. Well, if anybody knows, tell it to yourself and remember it. There's where the Marlborough House was set back with their 300-foot to the boardwalk lawn, and they put the motel, the swimming pool, and all that stuff up there.
There's the Brighton. And the main lawns. There's the Traymore. It was massive.
Different electric cars. Look, check the house dresses and the summer dresses that the women
See
would
the
come
style
out.
of that era.
The style,
Wow,
yeah.
man, it was heavy, wasn't it? Look at
Wasn't
that.
that something? It's pretty clever. Same boardwalk
Reminds me
scenes.
of the guy in the young car today. Pulls up Ernie. There's the boardwalk at Ohio Avenue and the boardwalk.
So we'll flip through some older ones, no particular order. That's the way they put out a threesome. The Convention Hall, Park Place picture, and the pier at night. What's that, the Lennon sisters?
Right, they call this the typical skyline shot of Atlantic City. Skyline, they used to call it, off the side of the $1 Million Pier. I don't know who you have here, but it's a night shot of the steel pier, complete from one end to the other with a Coca-Cola sign.
What's new? Texaco, Coca-Cola, all those brands.
Right.
That's
That's
a-
how the beach is packed up. Greetings from Atlantic City.
There you go.
There's the front of the Convention Hall.
And a different shot of the front of the Convention Hall. That's changed many different times.
Right.
Here's a couple, 4 shots together. Greetings.
You got the $1 Million Pier shot. You got the Boardwalk and Park Place shot. And the main skyline shot.
Well, these are a little advertising. but
Well,
that's-
what we have here is the Young's Hotel originally,
Mhm.
which became the Mayflower. This is gone. It's an empty lot now. You have Central Pier on this side. You have the arcade building on this side. And this wall always went for advertising. Even in future years, you'll start watching where they close these windows off to really get a flat surface here. They
Then painted it skunk pink.
Then they painted it skunk pink. I never understood that.
Must have been good filler for the brick and mortar.
Here's the cars. There's the elephant. There's the Sky Tower, the skyline shot, Convention Hall shot.
And that elephant.
I said that.
Margate, the real estate symbol.
Yeah.
Republican symbol.
There's how you got on the Sky Tower. There it was.
People thought it was small, eh?
You got up in there, sat around in these seats, and up it went. And if you see the movie Atlantic City, their main shot opening their movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's filmed from the Sky Tower about 150 feet up.
Just some boardwalk, wicker rolling chairs, no hoods.
Right here's the surf rug shop, rugs. Not a D's missing. They used to sell drugs right in drug stores on every street corner.
Oh, yeah.
Right here, drugs you could get. That's outside Lofts Candies. And you had the, what block are we here? I'm trying to figure this out.
Indiana to Kentucky.
That's Kentucky
Illinois
to Illinois.
Right.
There's the classic rolling chair going right by.
Hello.
Bull and Park Place.
Again.
That's a beautiful picture there, isn't it? There it is again with the old Brighton sitting back in here.
I remember they painted that place white.
We showed this picture to people when it was taken in, what was it, 1862, and the Claridge was a little two-tit cottage back here with this building here.
Tremendous.
It was 100 years later.
Tremendous.
There's the Haddon Hall, which became resorts. They tore the shelf on that down. That's gone. You can see that was the area there, South Carolina Avenue and the beach. The seaside was still sitting up back in here. The Strand had burnt down in '53. There's the shot. There's the seaside.
Beautiful shots. Coming through some more here.
It's a low-level shots shooting up the beach towards the bulwark. That was pretty wild.
Well,
it was
beach shot.
There's a beach shot with the sun.
Yeah,
still coming from the east. This would be what street?
Michigan.
Michigan?
Michigan Avenue 10,
Michigan
right?
Avenue 10. There's the lifeguard stand and boat out front.
Hello.
Let's see, we still got the train road up, so it's prior to '72.
Well, see, they put that heading on that car. It said, greetings from last year. That's an old car, but these go back to 59, 60, 65, somewhere in there. That's uptown. Can you imagine that?
This is from Maryland Avenue, looking towards New Jersey Avenue. You can see the Garden Pier has been destroyed by the storm, and only this piece remains. You have the breakers and the St. Charles. Both towers are still up. Now, the breakers and the St. Charles fires and stuff didn't happen until 53, 54, 55 in there. So there it was. That was from probably States Avenue. Are we on the card here? States Avenue to Massachusetts Avenue.
You can get a duplicate.
There's a duplicate. But that's how you umbrellaed out and lived on the beach for the whole day. Look at that. Is that beach crowded or what? And that was every day.
Yeah, Walt,
we saw that picture before.
We saw this picture before?
Yeah, you said how do you get duplicates? That's how you buy them.
Oh, here's that picture before, but they put the writing on the top.
All right.
I just flip through a few. Let the people do their looking.
Yeah. Look at the size of this guy. Must be a big guy to show up that big from that far away.
Hey, zip it.
There you go. Oh, the train was gone. See how it happens?
Investigator.
Investigator found it. The train moor is missing.
Well, and anything else missing out of it?
The Claridge is still there. Oh, the Holiday Inn is up.
Yeah.
Which is now part of Trump's thing. He grabbed that. It was Penthouse, right? He cleaned it up and all.
The train moor is gone.
No Ocean One yet.
Here's a date on the back.
All right.
Can't read it. Smudged.
Smudged.
Thought up.
There's a shot before with the train moor in it.
Hello.
There's the train moor. There's Bulwark and Park Place. The $1 Million Pier is still there. Look, here's Bader Field back here.
Wintertime shot?
Chelsea Heights. I would say that is a wintertime shot. Everything is really off the beach.
Gone.
Gone.
Only the dogs. May to September to May.
And if you have a picture with no shadows in it, you're talking actually noon. Exactly noon.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You mean you know where the sun comes up and where it sets, but you can't point to it?
This is Kentucky Avenue in the walk, New York Avenue in Kentucky, right in here. Look at that beach.
Here's a closer shot.
There's a closer shot. That's the way they did it.
Roxy Theater's still now.
There it was.
Different angle shot coming.
There's the Roxy.
Different angle, same place there coming in.
Right, closer angle, tighter scope.
Umbrellas and beach chairs and towels and Noxzema. That's a duplicate there. A little further down, looks like a winter shot.
There you go.
Just before $1 million pier.
$1 million pier.
And that's something.
And you can count them off. You've got the Dennis, the Shelburne, the Holiday Inn, Boardwalk Bowl.
Whoa.
You got that, right? You got the Convention Hall, you got the Ritz, the Ambassador, the President. Wow, you got 5,000
Vassar
Boardwalk.
Square
Right.
And Berkeley.
The Plaza, the Berkeley, 5000 Boardwalk, the Oxford. We're way down there. Look at that
There's
shot.
Regions here or something. Here's another shot, different angle, with the beach chairs out. Here's a modern one. Check that lifeguard boat. Whoop, excuse me. There's that lifeguard boat in the corner. So we can rumble through some. Things pick up, get busy. Look at that. Check them pavilions out. And, what would that tent be there? That would be what?
Kentucky Avenue.
Kentucky Avenues. Where's that? Right up on the boardwalk now or something?
Yeah, Kentucky, Illinois.
Here we go. Let's flip through them. They've seen them before, but I have to flip through them. Little boardwalk shot. Uptown South. Hello. Same part looking at, no, that's it. Same shot towards the headquarters.
South on it, Haddon Hall.
All right, further up, there's between the Central and Steeple. There's the Mayflower, and must be early morning, huh? Low tide?
It was low tide. Sometimes the tide would get so low that this was hard as a rock for about maybe, there it is.
I think the worst thing that happened to the city of Atlantic City, if I may say so, in the last 6 years or so, is allowing all the motor vehicles on the beach and boardwalk.
Yeah,
there's so many motor vehicles, beach and boardwalk Jeeps that something ought to stop there.
Present day guys giving out so many MG cars and Jeeps and boardwalk permits that the boardwalk has almost become a roadway. He's got so many municipal vehicles up there, it's sickening. But you can see the Chelsea, the old Chelsea here. Here's High Hat Joe's for all you Chelsea freaks. High Hat Joe's was here. The Chelsea was here. The Deauville was put here. And this is where the parties actually took place. They're from the Ritz down to Morris Avenue. You can see the pavilions, the way they were lined up for each place. This was for the people that owned this block. This was for the people that had the Chelsea and the Ambassador. This was for the people at the Ritz, and it was a beautiful, look at that eastward-looking shot. Isn't that fantastic?
Well, the Philadelphia young crowd used to hang out first in front of the Ambassador and there, right? And then years around 60, 62, 35, it moved
closer to High Hat Joe's and Chelsea.
Then it went to Chelsea, but then nobody went down the beach at Chelsea but the Philly people, right?
Right, and then some people will say, like, well, what was this here mark? Or what was this here mark? Or what was that there mark? What these marks were is when the city, finally the hotels got around to air conditioning their entire structures, they would run the air conditioner water off out of a pipe here onto the beach, which was kind of ignorant, but it was really ice-cold water that came out from the air conditioning units.
All right, let's flip. No matter where they come from, south from the Chalfont deck.
Maybe you've sat up there and saw that scene.
You mean sat up there?
That's where that picture's taken from, up here, looking that way.
There's those alcoves of those geometric sounds that you could whisper and yell in somebody's ear with.
Actually, columns in here with the architecture, the acoustics in here was so fabulous. You could stand here and whisper, and it would come out in someone's ear over here as if they yelled directly in your ear.
And Tabor's Toyland was where that pointer was. Tabor's Toyland was in that business area there.
There's the shot from the other situation, the other direction, looking eastbound.
Entrance to Haddon Hall.
You can see the breakers barely and the two towers of the St. Charles and Planters. R.C. Maxwell, boy, he got his billboards everywhere. They were up there.
Further uptown.
There's further uptown looking east from the Steel Pier. You can see the Globe Theater, the St. Charles and the breakers, and a little bit of the Garden Pier.
Construction crane in the sky there.
There is a construction crane in the sky uptown. We don't know what that would be, a building there.
Well, here's a different one. This is a different photo, different area of town. Can you see that?
Yeah, where's that shot from?
Yeah, let me pull that other stuff out.
Now, that shot's pretty high over the book. I think that they would have to be up on the WWAC. Wow. What would that be?
Well, that's New York
This
Avenue Pavilion, so they're from the Mayflower.
It has to be
Tennessee Avenue.
from the side of the Mayflower, looking from St. James Place in the Boardwalk, looking west.
Yes.
It's the only way you could get that shot, right?
Right.
Because this is Illinois Avenue here.
That's the so-called groin.
Right.
All right.
What
Let's
a
look
shot. What a shot.
We'll keep moving. We got to flip a little faster here. There's Boardwalk and Cabana. This was what it was like.
Mm-hmm.
Up
Yeah, that
there.
was a popular picture.
And then Hap Farley would ride through Park Place in those two.
There goes Hap. There goes Hap here.
Okay.
Hap and Mr.
Arthur.
Furry and
Arthur.
Arthur.
A few other people. Everybody gets around. This is the same shot a little farther down, Michigan and on the Boardwalk. We show that a lot, but that is a good stretch of beach there, I must say. Let's just flip them up. You may have seen them before, but that's heading toward... There's that Osden. That building right there. Gone before I knew it. I never saw it. Up, down, same picture from before. We're just going to flip through a few because they're standards. We want you to see them all.
There's the ones that went out all over the world. That's how I remember Boardwalk and Park Place. When you came around the corner, even Ed McMahon described this to Johnny Carson on The Tonight Show. He really did.
I hear you.
That was the
How
classic
wide
shot.
open it was. Hello, Traymore, looking east. Up, Park Place. Throw some up. You look at them.
You may see some duplicates,
Yeah, well.
but that'll jog your memory a little bit.
I'll just keep flipping them and let you do the thinking.
There's Boardwalk and Park Place, Indiana Avenue and the Boardwalk. This is where the hydrangea trail started. They would grow these hydrangeas because they came up quick and they were colorful. And if you put certain nails in the ground, like if you put a rusty nail in the ground, you'd get red hydrangeas. If you put a certain kind of nail or bleach or something in the ground, you got blue hydrangeas. And Jeannie Wurzberger knew all about how to do all that.
Check with your horticultural architectural person.
That's how you would do that. That was Boardwalk and Park Place, right
All right,
there.
let's look around. Look at that. That's Kennedy Pavilion. Looks like they're set up for the Miss America
Yeah, they
pageant
are.
with bleachers or something there, huh?
The slanted bleachers are set up for the Miss America pageant. Now there's an ice rink in here.
Hello.
That was a nice thing to do.
Good thing.
You can notice that the big section of $1 Million Pier has been torn down and it's gone, and they have put the golf course and all the rides in the middle here.
How big's that advertising sign now?
That sign's got to be
On the $1 Million
huge.
Pier.
To be seen from this distance, it has to be pretty big.
Hello. Seen it
Westbound.
before. Looking good. Hello. Convention Hall, looking west.
From the $1 Million Pier.
Directly west, by the way, if you know how the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Here's the Ambassador out front. Look at that. One big building.
Brightening the beach. Right there.
I don't know how many rooms it had. Maybe 1,000, huh?
I think they
what was
said
the
that
count on that?
They said that the Traymore, the Ambassador, and the Ritz. That's Pennsylvania
Can
Avenue.
anybody
and the
name those two piers?
That's Pennsylvania Avenue and the Boardwalk here. These two piers,
Don't you name them?
Huh?
There they are again.
right? From the top of the Haddon Hall to Pennsylvania and the Boardwalk.
Daytime?
And nighttime.
Nighttime. Look at them beams, them large lights they used
Spotlights.
to use for ice capades and stuff in Hollywood movies.
Who was there? Jane Russell? Who's that? Can't read
I
it.
can't read it without my glasses. There you go. Beautiful. Nighttime. What a place, eh? Look at a stretch of beach and cabanas and umbrellas and beach chairs and playgrounds and things of that sort. You spoke about that one before, but I just had to show it. Uptown, the Belmont.
Right, Touchard's Wax Museum, the new Belmont, Woolworths.
Probably showed this before, but that looks like, what, 72, 75, something like that?
Trump Plaza is now right in here.
Oh, yeah.
And this has been incorporated into their property use.
Like that.
That's right
Hey,
in
pizza.
front.
That was good pizza at that place. I used to grab a piece there every once in a while.
Well, the Warner Brothers thing is in here now. Warner Brothers,
Right.
and this is Caesar's entrance right here to your right.
Oh, yeah, major corporation city now. Hello.
Onto the street.
Carnegie Library. Illinois and Pacific Avenue, Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard and Pacific. The thing I'd like to tell you about is I worked in that building for 9 years.
Public library,
That was my office right behind that window there.
right here.
Second floor, right. The health department was on the 3rd floor, and Williams Infants and Children were on the bottom floor. And that's a great building. It was turned over to ACC, Community College, for some things to do. Here's that boardwalk. That was between
Missouri
and Arkansas.
and Arkansas.
I hear you. And this was...
Straight in front of the pier. This shadow here is a $1 million pier.
Okay. What's that shadow?
That's the ice capades happening, man, every summer, and then they stopped about, what, 3 years ago, 4 years?
Well, they used to do a lot of stuff, boy.
There's
And
that shot.
we're going to keep on burning. I just want to show you the long view and then bring it into some specialty stuff. Now, that may be gone. That's gone now, I believe.
North Carolina and Pacific, it's gone. I think they just took the Lafayette Motor Inn out of the picture. They enclosed this piece, all this angle here, they enclosed in glass in later years, and the Beatles stayed right up in here. And what a scene they caused in the street down here.
See the little bit of the roof of a 15-story Colton Manor behind there.
Right, you can see the Colton Manor in the back of the Lafayette, right, that came down as well.
First casino, Atlantic City. They took the building of the Chalfont down, took 3 large blasts to get rid of that.
Well, it was a garage. They dynamited it 4 times. It didn't even crack. That's when they built a building back then. That's why they said, oh, okay, have a casino. You don't have to tear down or start from scratch or remodel, because these buildings, when they built these buildings, they built those buildings to be there forever.
How about a classic shot?
I always like walking by the Shelburne because of this particular dining room. It was really neat. I don't know if you can see the top of this picture, but up here,
oh yeah,
it looked like a nautical ship up in here. Mm-hmm. And I came by one day, and Dick Clark was doing American Bandstand from here, and a guy was up here on a stern wheel to drive it and singing Sadi Catalina.
Now, not to mention our age, right? But did you ever see anything like that? When were they up there?
This guy, like a courtesy inspector guy?
Or something. That's not recent.
Has he got a pith helmet on?
Yeah, Ramar the Jungle kind of hat, man.
How about
What do you think about that? I never remember seeing that guy.
Well, that style of dress looks like the 1954, 55, because the World War II stuff is still on these people out here.
Wool suits. Still there, I believe?
Yeah, that church is still there.
It's still there?
There's the Dennis Motel, but now it's parking garage for Valley.
Which way is that? I see that. Let's move it over. Down the street.
Yeah, it's Michigan heading towards the Boardwalk. That's Virginia Avenue and the Boardwalk
at
night.
Hello.
Peanuts, Fralingers, the whole bit. Look at the crowd up there.
Hello. Well, everybody used to go to the Boardwalk.
And Mr. Peanut
dressed up, if you remember.
He's in the peanut outfit there, that nut.
Hello, hey, nut, I got it.
That nut.
Mr. Peanut, that nut.
Well,
that's funny, but he's a nice guy, I know him.
Here's what you did. You went up here and you fed the pigeons. You bought the stuff at McCrory's and you fed the pigeons at New York and the Boardwalk. People will remember that. There's Planter's Peanut's close-up.
And I think he's out front there.
Is Mr. Peanut out there?
No, but he's up on top of it.
Nah, that nut's not out there today. Oh, here's the thing over here.
I knew him. He's a good guy.
What a nut he was, huh?
Burn it out, will you?
He's a nut.
Just some quick ones.
There you go.
How crowded it was. We have a couple minutes left. This is the way I knew Atlantic City. I didn't like the tram. Sorry, my personal opinion. There's that. And we'll keep flipping. You've seen these, but I'm doing them for orderly purposes to clear the deck, so to speak.
If you look at this flat decking here where there's nothing, it looks just like flat wood. That's where Captain Young's home was, right there.
This looks a little bit more modern there at Park Place. Those cars are Chevys or something?
Well, it was prior to the motel going in the front. They actually, which is ironic about this card, is that the Boardwalk frontage, the pharmacy and the 3 stores are in, but the motel is not in. Isn't that cool? Look.
Yeah.
Here's the stores for the Boardwalk.
Right. Then the pool.
And then the pool.
With the restaurant area. That was for sandwiches.
Right. That was beautiful
inside
here. And then the motel went in here.
Wow.
In future cars, if you got one of those cars.
I don't have it right now, but I do have a quick series of pools and pool shots. So
there's the Brighton.
There's the Brighton, and we only have about a minute, but we want to get these pool shots in. This is the way they cabaned around that pool. Whoa.
That was the Brighton, man. That's where the party took place. The Brighton Punch had everybody. What was in that stuff?
I don't know, but there's inside the Haddon Hall, put up a glass one.
There's the Haddon Hall's glass enclosed.
Here's the Shelburne.
There's the Shelburne bubble. It was a big bubble like they play football in, practice football in.
Shelf on Haddon again.
There's the shelf on at Haddon Halls.
Colton Manor.
Colton Manor. I think they should have done something about this water back then.
Seaside Motel.
Little chlorine, I think, would have helped that pool out. Wait a second. No wonder that place closed. that water was in trouble.
Yeah, a little
What's that
chlorine. Hey, I forgot.
This one.
Marlboro Blenheim?
This is the Marlboro Blenheim. And they all had to put a pool on the back.
The Senator.
That's the Senator.
I guess that must have been weird
on the roof
when they told people you could get a suntan by a light.
With just turning a light on. Yeah, they'd get under the lights.
Remember in the President Hotel, they had the rub-downs and the masseuses?
There's a
Sunset.
magenta.
I'd say that's not Atlantic City.
We don't. It says hello from Atlantic City, but we doubt it very much. For the sun to be setting, you'd have to be out in the middle of Jabip. So as the sun sets on another show,
we're going to go to another show next Sunday at 2. We appreciate you tuning in. We'd like you to tell your friends. We don't have money to advertise in the newspaper or on radio or television to tell people that we're on this area.
New York has its lady, San Francisco the Bay, Paris has its tower, London its queen. The town I was born in might change from old to new. That's something I must tell you. I've got sand in my shoes. I'll never leave Atlantic City. I'll never go too far away. I'll never leave Atlantic City. On the boardwalk, the song, people come every day, take in the sun air, walk on its beaches, might ride in rolling chairs. When they look at the brand new, think of the old days, things they used to do. Atlantic City, my hometown, I won't forget Atlantic City. I'll never leave